Mike and Mark, that does create conflict for you too, though, as CEOs, because obviously, your principal role is to focus on the business, but obviously in this environment, you've got these kind of distractions. How are you streamlining yourselves to be able to, I guess, find a sort of differentiation between those two aspects of being a leader? Mike, perhaps to you first.
Yeah, I think from my side, recognizing that right now the focus is very much a human focus. Yes, the business, we will get through, and we've got to make some harsh calls through that. But if you're communicating effectively, I think people understand. Everybody knows that this is a major, and so the framework around streamlining that is just letting staff know that this is what the situation is, this is what's going on, this is what it means for you, and this is the impact it's going to have, and this is where I need you focused, and this is where you can help. And if you're doing that effectively enough, my big focus right now is no surprises to the team, giving them as much warning as possible when things are happening and what is going on. And so by taking care of that, it's actually streamlined a lot of other stuff, on the tail end, a lot of the business stuff. The team's kind of taking care of that because they know the situation, they know what's going on, and they know what they need to focus on. So just by having that small framework in place has helped us immensely with my time, and my time can then be focused on strategy, planning through this, and obviously our clients as well, and helping them out as much as possible.
Mark, have you thought of this as potentially sort of a sliding scale, that at the moment, obviously it's a very human to human focus, but in the next week or two, that's probably going to have to change as you refocus on the priorities of the business. Have you thought about, developing, a stage managed approach to this for yourself?
Yeah, as I said earlier, we're in crisis mode at the moment. I'd see us doing that for, say, the remainder of the week, and then we start to turn our minds to, well, how do we do what we do, but in this new world? What does this new world look like? How do we reimagine what we do? How do we look for opportunities out the back end of it? And that helps with your communication when you're talking to staff today, because you want to provide them confidence. You want to set out a vision of what the business is going to look like in this different world, so they can ride through those difficult times and know, yes, we're all wearing some pain now, but light at the end of the tunnel is a great opportunity, and keep focused on that. So there's communications. There's also, so part of my role is energizing the team, and then connecting more so the dots across the business, because I get the ability to talk to as many people as I can during the day. And where you can't bump into people around the water cooler, you can't have those accidental conversations. Part of my job is actually connecting people that have different thoughts and bringing them together. But we'll get through this. There's light at the end of the tunnel. It's just that when we don't know how long it's going to be dark for, you've got to keep positive.
John, thoughts on how leaders transition through these different phases, I guess, of what the crisis is delivering to us?
Yeah. We've probably gone from an environment of BAU where it's about empowering and enabling and engaging and encouraging and cheerleading, into now a period which is very directive, bringing structure, certainty, clarity, communication. There will be a transition back into the new world as this reset occurs, and there will be a positive element to that reset as the benefit of what's happening now begins to emerge, and slowly taking the hand off the direction, and really enabling and moving back to that empowering culture will be a transition that leaders will need to make over time as we emerge out of that crisis.